Coming up, we'll show you how graffiti signage has become a problem for drivers and tourists in San Jose.
Just ahead, we'll take a closer look at what's happening in Iran and how you can get involved.
And we'll have updates on the San Jose mayoral race and San Jose State's newest president. All this and more on this week's Update News.
From the School of Journalism and Mass Communications at San Jose State University, your source for what's happening with a fresh perspective on today's issues. You're watching Update News.
Welcome to Update News. I'm Carson Wells.
And I'm Sandy Santos.
We begin with a follow-up on those dangerous sideshows. San Jose police have a new tactic to shut them down. The first time they used it, they caught hundreds of participants. About 100 officers converged on an illegal sideshow Saturday night at the intersection of the Monterey Highway and Branham Lane in South San Jose. They surrounded and blocked in hundreds of cars, drivers, and spectators. They issued more than 700 citations and impounded cars. They are warning drivers that it will cost them thousands in fees and fines to get their vehicles back. That area is a frequent sideshow hotspot, and residents who live there applaud the crackdown.
It just put too many people's lives in danger. It used our police resources to stop the stupidity, and that's not fair. It's not fair to a lot of people that really had emergencies when they just decided to take up the road and behave like children instead of adults with driver's licenses.
That's very dangerous. A lot of people can get hurt, and it's a lot on busy roads too, so you're blocking traffic, not letting anybody go through and stuff. So I think it's very dangerous, and I'm glad they got caught.
Police also say they recovered a so-called ghost gun, an untraceable homemade weapon.
If you've been driving on Highway 101 north of San Jose, you've likely noticed all the graffiti covering signs. It's a constant problem, and known that it's potentially dangerous.
Signage.
Coverage, the signs, making it nearly impossible for drivers to know which exit to take. Caltrans crew works around the clock to try and stop the taggers. The department has been patching graffiti with recycled paint, but as soon as one is fixed,
It's just uncalled for. You know, I think, you know, on some of the signage and stuff like that, especially on the freeway or whatever, you know, I mean, people need to know where they're going. So, but I'm sure it is something for somebody to get up there and put their art up there, and you know that takes a lot of guts.
The graffiti removal costs taxpayers millions of dollars. If you see a sign that needs tagging removed, you can notify the Caltrans online.
After a week of counting ballots, the city of San Jose has a new mayor. The race had been too close to call. Santa Clara County Supervisor Cindy Chavez has conceded to San Jose City Council member Matt Mahan. Only a few thousand votes separated the two candidates. Mahan is a relative newcomer to politics. He will become the city's 66th mayor. Mahan had the support of the current mayor, but his fellow council members supported Chavez. Political observers believe voters focused on who could best solve the problems of crime and homelessness. We could see another matchup of the two candidates in 2024. Voters passed a measure in June that aligns San Jose mayoral races with presidential elections.
San Jose State has a new president. She is Dr. Cynthia Teniente Mattson. She is currently the president of the Texas A&W University at the San Antonio. Her appointment marks a return to California and the CSU system. From the 2004 to 2015, Dr. Mattson has Vice President for Administration and Chief Financial Officer for CSU Fresno.
I am looking forward to learning and embracing everything about our university and our traditions, from athletics to theater to the arts to education to symposiums to research to all of the great work going on in our various centers and institutes and all of our student programming. It is a wonderful time. I'm looking forward to learning about your projects, your research initiatives, and joining the team in 2023. It's going to be an exciting and dynamic year, and I can't wait to join you.
Dr. Mattson takes the reins on the university mid-January.
The death of a young Iranian woman for allegedly wearing her hijab or headdress improperly has sparked widespread protests in Iran and international outrage. Protests in Iran have happened for years, but some believe this is different and that it could be the start of a revolution, and that has some in the South Bay Persian community worried about their friends and families back home.
This event at De Anza College was designed to educate the community about the current unrest in Iran. It was sparked by the death of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini after the Iranian morality police detained her. The organizers want people to know more about the women, life, and freedom movement that has the whole world watching. The Iranian parliament is threatening to punish those who participate. It is a frightening time if you are thousands of miles away from family and friends.
We want to basically have a space where students feel comfortable to really give us the raw details of what their family and friends are feeling at home so that we can better support them. I'm honored when I have friends that are not Persian, not Iranian, sharing what they know, what they see. And I, have connected with some students that are reposting, retweeting things that they see. And it just absolutely warms my heart when we see other people that are not from Iran, don't have any ties with people in Iran that are sharing, the things that should be shared.
Within Iran, means of communication like the internet, WhatsApp, and others are not always accessible. That makes it difficult to get the harsh truth out about what is happening.
It depends on the week and the day. One day they will shut down the entire internet, so we will have to use Skype credit to make call to a landline. One day the internet is back up, but then certain applications are blocked off, so we're just constantly looking for new ways to proxy share, buy your friends and family's VPNs from the outside so they can use it from the inside, like different ways, because every day the cyber military that the regime has is coming up with brand new tactics, fresh ideas of how to, disable all of that and keep us disconnected, so every day is different.
Right now, the internet is our only outlet. The news outlets are not covering it, and if they are, they're not getting the right image. They're portraying it in a negative way. They're saying it's anti-government, but they're not saying why. They're not saying why we're anti-government and what the government has been doing, oppressing and killing, raping and killing all of our women and people of Iran. So it's important that the people of Iran here, Iranian Americans everywhere, gets the right image out and the right message to show non-Iranians what's really happening.
So how can you help? Joining us now is San Jose State professor Gila Malek-Salehi. Dr. Malek-Salehi, thank you for helping us get up to speed on this topic.
Thank you for having me, Carson.
Can you start by explaining what the women's movement looks like in Iran?
I'm not there right now, but based on what I've seen on Instagram and other people's posts, there are so many cities involved. There are people going on oil strikes. There are from some data by HRANA, there have been 56 children killed, protesters killed of 362. The number of regime forces killed is 46. There are statistics showing that there is 16,033 people individually arrested. There is detainees identified as 2,074 people. The number of students arrested are 462. The number of protests are increasing up to 977. The number of cities involved all over Iran is 144. The number of universities involved are 140. So every day the numbers are changing. The parliament did vote to have people executed, and they're hurting these people. And the longer people take to make their voices heard, to make changes, the faster these people are getting killed and brutally murdered in the process. I mean, it is just extremely ugly over there right now.
So one of the main goals is to get information about what's happening. What are some of the most reliable sources of information for what's really going on?
I would say some Instagram handles, believe it or not. My sister and I have been following the Iran, the stats here, where is it? It is the Iranian Diaspora Collective is one of them on Instagram. Another one is Middle East Matters on Instagram. Nazanin Boniadi, and the Dysphoria Collective. Those three are the top resources that we recommend people follow on Instagram.
Sounds good. And what can we as individuals do to help?
My recommendation is get the word out. There's not enough Western resources covering the information that's happening in Iran, and we just need our journalists at our institutions to come to the rallies, come to the protests, document this, get the word out, tag the big name publicities that we have like CNN, ABC, tag them, get the word out. The more people hear, let's spread it through social media faster than ever. We need our voices and the people in Iran, their voices to be amplified. So any way that people can share, tag, and repost, I think that's going to really help. And also if you see any kind of letters that we can write to people, our senators, our governors, et cetera, to step in and take action and help those people, it's going to make a huge difference. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
When we come back,
how will high inflation and too much supply affect this Black Friday? We have that story coming up.
We will be following up with a story from the toy drive at a local mariachi band coming soon.
Virtual reality is a growing market. I'm Demetrius Travis Rose, and I will be telling you more about the current role VR headsets play in society and what this means for our future.
Want to find out what your weather looks like? Stay tuned and I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you so much.
Holiday shopping officially kicks off the day after Thanksgiving. Black Friday shopping deals are looking better than last year's, even though inflation is soaring. Retail stores are trying to get rid of their products, and they hope big bargains will draw you into their stores. Reporter Rodri Smith has the details.
Black Friday and Cyber Monday are now just days away, and stores are putting out deals to attract customers. This same time last year, stores were concerned about not having enough supplies, but it's a complete 180 this year. Retail stores have way too much supply and very little demand because of inflation. Popular retail stores are saying that they are overstocked and haven't been pushing any product out for a while.
We get 4 trucks a week, and sometimes we do get 2 trucks a day. And our back room, it isn't as big as it should be, so it's really hard to fit all the products in there. And then the sales floor, it's only so big because you have to have space for the customers to walk.
According to the National Retail Federation, even with inflation challenges, they forecast that the holiday retail sales during November and December will grow between 6 and 8% over 2021. But how much? More than $940 billion. Some shoppers say they are looking to score even more deals online than the ones they'd be offered in person.
Usually an extra coupon on top of whatever store promotions there are, like an extra 10% off, and those usually really help.
The NRF also predicts that although many people move to online shopping because of the pandemic, this year we will see a lot more foot traffic and go back to the traditional Black Friday shopping. Still, retail stores are cutting back on seasonal workers. The NRF predicts that only about 450,000 to 600,000 seasonal employees will be hired, in comparison to last year, which was 669,800. Some former Black Friday shoppers are taking a break this year and passing on attractive deals to stay at home with their families this year.
It's just our immediate nuclear family, and we kind of keep it to that because of COVID, and a lot of people have their illnesses and things that keep them at their houses. And so we've kind of kept our gifts to that, limited it to that.
Deals will continue to go through the rest of the month and on to December.
I've been working at Target for 4 years, and I've been seeing it, especially out during the holidays, that the shipment is coming in and it's pretty heavy.
As we get closer to the holidays, look for more deals and reduced prices on products you have been dying for. In San Jose, I'm Rodri Smith, Update News.
So, how much money are you planning to spend for your holiday shopping? That's this week's question in our State of the Spartan.
So this holiday, I probably won't be going too crazy. I'll just be going to like a couple concerts and buying some gifts for my friends. But yeah, not trying to go too crazy this holiday season.
So I always have like a baseline budget of my essentials versus non-essentials, and then I'll push my non-essentials towards maybe like a concrete list of people that I want to spend for, maybe a max of like 10. And then after that, I'll kind of allocate my budget from there, depending on how much I'm going to spend for that person, and just set it up that way. I just want to make everything as even and automated as possible, so I'm not stressed about going over.
So I have like 4 members in my family, and then like a couple of close friends. So I plan to spend like $100 each for my family, and then like $25 on my friends, just because I'm planning to save up money for my car, tuition, and I'm also part of a sorority, which it kind of takes a whole lot of amounts, even though it's kind of like the cheapest one on campus. But still, it's nothing wrong to like save up and have something in case of an emergency, and also like I also love shopping, so shopping for myself, it's not that bad.
Yeah, I plan on budgeting. I guess more people I want to spend on this semester, I'd say. Basically, my way of doing it is that I'm willing to sacrifice like my own personal spendings, so that way I have more money to spend on them. So I'm willing to make that sacrifice.
I think I'm just gonna stop or try to limit my spending a little bit more. Maybe do some Google Sheets and like narrow down my list on who I'm gonna give gifts to. Yeah.
A follow-up now on a story about a band of Good Samaritan collecting toys for kids. It turns out the collectors are kids themselves. Mariachi Juvenil Corazón Jalisciense hosted its 3rd annual concert at Hollister High School. And it was not only a concert, but a chance to collect toys for kids who need them for Christmas.
I am here at Mariachi Juvenil Corazón Jalisciense's toy drive, and I am about to give one of my tickets to go in to see the concert for them.
The mariachi band, it's mostly children themselves. They've gained quite a following.
Very lucky to have been introduced to their mariachi about 4 years ago to them, and watching them grow, and it's just amazing from 4 years ago to now, the huge difference of watching them grow up. And I wasn't aware that the toy drive was this big, so it seems that it's a huge event, and so we were happy to come and participate.
Most of the members of the band started when they were just 8 years old. Now, they are teaching the new generations how to become mariachi artists like them.
We were really excited for this event, like we prepared a lot, and yeah, it's coming out great. Like, I'm proud of all of my peers because we're all doing a good job. We're doing the best we can.
The mariachi's director says that it was the children's idea to begin a toy drive, and the community rallied around them.
We are a group of really proud parents, and we have kids that they always they're looking for ways to give back to the community, and this actually became a reality because they came up with the idea, and we as parents give them as much support as we possibly can.
The band will begin distributing the toys in Hollister on December 23rd.
If you've got money left over after giving to others, here's a big-ticket item you might want to snag: virtual reality headsets. They're one of the best-selling holiday gifts. Reporter Denitra Chavez-Rose has more on how they figure into your entertainment today and possibly your future tomorrow.
Why is virtual reality a trending topic? Apple is rumored to be releasing its own virtual reality headset in 2023. And Palmer Luckey, the creator of Oculus, claims he has created a VR game that kills the players who lose. Now some are questioning what's next for VR headsets.
Initially, my main concern is it's giving Black Mirror. Something that I don't like about the Apple Watch specifically is that I feel like I can't get a break from my life online because it's always on me physically. So I feel like I would get the same way with an Apple glasses. The game with the guy with the one where it kills you, I think that's crazy and it kind of feels a little illegal. I would like to play it, maybe not lose.
But VR is not just about gaming. San Jose State offers a course on virtual reality where students experiment with their creativity in making different VR programs.
Students were introduced to this technology to tell immersive stories, to help people develop empathy to our different topics.
Why we're using this medium, and we're doing it as a VR class, so it's supposed to be somewhat of an interactive game where someone will go through the world, and as they're interacting in this VR space, hopefully they'll be educated about some type of social issue or topic.
Proponents believe the future of virtual reality may be beneficial for the betterment of society.
Technology is very exciting. It brings new opportunities, new ways to tell stories, new way to learn. For example, history. Right now I'm working on an experience just bringing Lincoln back to life.
As this technology continues to expand, virtual reality may continue to break boundaries. In San Jose, this is Denitra Chavez-Rose with Update News.
Looks like there could be some more wet weather ahead. Brandy Cash has her forecast.
Hi, I'm Brandy Cash with the weather. Drier weather has returned for now, although we continue to see chilly mornings with patchy frost for wind-sheltered valleys with dry offshore winds at times, especially near the inland mountains. There's a slight chance we could see some showers Friday into early Saturday. However, the main impact will likely be breezy and cooler conditions to start the weekend. The extended forecast shows better rain chances returning by Monday night into next week, which you will be seeing more of in the 7-day forecast. For Santa Cruz, we have a slight chance of late week showers, but remaining dry for the most part right now. We have patchy fog Saturday, Sunday, and leading into Monday. And for Oakland, we have the same trend with rain coming into earlier next week, but still remaining cool. And for San Francisco, still the same trend, staying in the 60s, in the high 50s, and rain coming into Tuesday of next week. In San Jose, we have just slightly more high temperatures, but rain will be coming next week as well. That was your weather outlook. Back to you.
When we come back,
did you know that only one walk-on made the women's basketball team this year? I'm Jesus Telitude. Just ahead, I'll tell you the story of the San Jose native chasing her basketball dream. And I'll have the latest news in San Jose State athletics.
At San Jose State, we really do learn by doing. This is my first semester working on our award-winning newspaper, the Spartan Daily. But my whole time here really has been about real-world skill building. Professors like Diane Gurazi continue their work in journalism while bringing that knowledge back to us in the classroom each semester. Then we're on the Spartan Daily, Update News, or the Spear. We get to put all that into practice. We even get to work with cutting-edge tools like our new VR lab, where we get to learn new ways of real storytelling using 3D virtual reality.
Our students have many opportunities to work in newsrooms that function like the ones they will encounter in their professional careers. Here in Update News, for instance, we produce a weekly show that is aired on local access television in San Jose, and we produce video news that is digital first. Students will get experience as producers, anchors, and field reporters.
The Spartan Daily, our award-winning student newspaper, has not missed a scheduled publication date in more than 80 years and remains one of the longest-standing papers of its kind in the Western United States. Through classroom instruction and our newsroom labs, we give our students the tools to succeed and create their own bright futures. Learn by doing. If you're interested in joining our program, visit our website for more information.
Never give up on your dreams. That's Alyssa Mala's message to anyone chasing their passion in life. The San Jose State freshman made the women's basketball team this season as the only walk-on. At only 17, reporter Jesus Telitude sat down with her to get her story.
If I walk on, will I make it or will I not? So it's like kind of a stressful time for me.
I never gave up on myself. That's what San Jose State freshman Alyssa Mala said when she tried out for the women's basketball team. Now at only 17, she's the youngest player on the team and the only walk-on to make the roster this season.
It's kind of like unreal, especially because I'm a walk-on. It's like, I don't know, it's hard to just take it all in.
The San Jose native wasn't recruited coming out of Independence High School. Mala said she sent film to schools with Division II basketball, but she only got offers from community colleges. So she decided to come to SJSU for the nursing program. But when she saw that the women's basketball team was holding tryouts, she jumped at the opportunity.
So I saw the flyer on Instagram and I was like, okay, like let me just do it, like whatever.
She was playing very well offensively, and so I put her to the side and I said, okay, you can shoot the ball, but can you play some defense? And she ramped up the defensive end and she played extremely hard. And so I left feeling like, I kind of want to see that kid again.
Out of 8 people who tried out for the team, Mala was the only walk-on to actually make the squad. But she didn't find out right away. Coach Phillips and the rest of the team surprised her out of practice in a moment Mala could only describe as, quote, pure joy.
I kind of got emotional. Like I teared up a bit and I was surprised that I made the team because I thought like at least maybe I'd just be in the scout team or something, but like, so when it happened I was just like, no way, like they're lying, like this is a joke. So I was just like in disbelief.
As a student athlete, especially being recruited throughout your whole life, like this is your everyday life, but some of us take it for granted. I feel like, you know, we're in the day-to-day life, weights, practice, you know, the grind, and there's people out there who would love to be in our spot, and like Liz is one of them. So just to see how overly joyed she was, and just like she took a picture with us after, she's like, can you take a picture with me to send it to my parents?
In San Jose, Jesus Telitude, Update News.
Now let's shift gears to other news in SJSU athletics, starting with the women's soccer team. As it made the 3rd ever appearance in the NCAA tournament, here's Jesus Telitude with that report.
The season came to an end for the San Jose State women's soccer team after losing 6-0 to Stanford. But after winning the Mountain West Championship and reaching the NCAA tournament for only the 3rd time in program history, head coach Tina Estrada and the players still say the season was a success.
How incredibly proud I was of this group this year, and how much gratitude I had for the seniors who really led this group and added so much to the team, and really just the message was be proud of what we did this year. You know, despite ending 6-0, you have to be proud of what we accomplished, and this is just the stepping stone of where we want to be. And the next time we experience coming out into the NCAAs in the first round, we're going to be better than we were this year. That was the message.
The men's soccer team also suffered a tough loss. The Spartans were denied the WAC tournament championship and a spot in the NCAA tournament after a penalty shootout loss to California Baptist. The loss ended the 2022 season for the Spartans. The men's basketball team improved to 3-0 on the season after defeating Alabama State 70-57. Omari Moore led all scorers with 19, but it was Ibrahima Diallo who led the way with a record-high 8 blocks. The Spartans will look to make it 4 straight wins when they face Hofstra. In San Jose, Jesus Telitude, Update News.
There is lots more to do in the coming week. Here's Carson's calendar.
Here's what's coming up this week. On November 17th, design and print your own dog tag, keychain, or luggage tag with Adobe on 7th Street. The event goes from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and helps students learn Adobe softwares and download them for free with their school login. See Images Dance Performance. The event is happening November 17th at 8:30 p.m. and November 18th at 4:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. It'll take place in the Spartan Complex Dance Theater, room 216. Attend Digital Media Art BFA Senior Exhibition Resonance. See both physical and virtual art pieces in the Hammer Theater on the 4th floor. The exhibit goes from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and can be viewed on Zoom as well. Scan the QR code to access the Zoom link. Join the SJSU Treble Choir, Spartan Glee Club, Vocal Jazz Ensemble, Pitch Please, and the Spartones for their fall performance. The show will be on November 21st at 7:30 p.m. in Music Building Concert Hall, room 176. That's all for this week.
And that does it for this week's edition of Update News.
For all of us here, thank you for joining us, and see you after Thanksgiving. Make sure to add us on our social media sites at SJSU Update News.